Thank you, sir. I'd now like to I'd now like to ask our Vice Principal to present him with a memento. Can I have silence in the audience, please? Thank you. Our speaker is our second student leader and our final speaker for the evening. His name is Suraj Srikanth, and he's a class 12 student of the computer science stream. He's a devout foodie and an ardent oarsman. He has represented Tamil Nadu in the National Rowing Championship and has won medals for the state. He's also passionate about cars.
Imagine India without corruption. What is corruption? So what is corruption? Corruption is the dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power or by those in favors, typically involving bribery. Kautilya once said in his Arthashastra, corruption is as common in society as fish drinking water. Everyone knows it's happening, but nobody knows when and where. From that scenario, India has reached a present state today where every job to be done requires that extra incentive to the giver. Bribes. Today, people are willing to cut corners, jump the queue, avoid fines to get things done quickly, and in some cases get even illegal things done. But can only the person in authority accepting the bribe be blamed? Isn't the person paying it equally liable? Isn't the person paying it equally liable? There we go. Of course he is. Both the acceptor and the giver are responsible. But today, authorities are taking the extra money for granted and receiving them in the form of bribes or perks. Now let us look at a few examples. Take the RTO. It's a classic example. You can get a license without knowing how to drive. You can get a license even if you're underage. And you can register your vehicle without even actually bringing it there. Take the land registration office as another example. You can register your property at a lower value. You can even transfer the ownership papers to a third party without actual ownership. Now, imagine India with... What is the first word that comes to our mind when we think of corruption? One at a time, please. One at a time, please. One at a time, please. Yes. At the back. Sorry? Yes, exactly. Black money. Black money is the first word that comes to anyone's mind when they think of corruption. So, today, black money, according to Professor Arun Kumar of JNU, is estimated to be rupees 20,50,000 crore rupees. That's 205,000 crores. Now, 80%, 30% of this is the actual GDP, and 80% is contributed by legal businesses. What do I mean by this? Does anyone know what I mean by this? No? Okay, I'll tell you. If a man earns 50 lakhs, he has to pay 10 lakhs as tax to the government, but he doesn't want to. So he's claimed he earns only 10 lakhs and pays 2 lakhs to the government, 8 lakhs goes as unaccounted money. Everyone does this in every nook and corner of India, and this has accumulated this huge figure. Now, imagine India without corruption. Government would receive their revenue, citizens would pay their taxes, all money would be accounted for, and this money can be put to proper use. For example, separate roads can be laid for emergency vehicles. Now, if you look outside today, an ambulance gets stuck in traffic for half an hour and the person dies before even the ambulance reaches him. This is the sad truth of today. So, how can we do this? Imagine if merit is the only criteria for selection of various posts and efficiency is the only way of retaining their post. What would happen? This would give people in power absolutely no choice but to perform. Otherwise, they're out. So, take ex-Chief Justice of India, Balakrishnan, as an example. He was investigated for financial misbehavior. Now, how many of you have heard of the 0 rupee note? Has anyone heard of this? Okay, nice, wonderful. For those of you who don't know, the 0 rupee note was introduced by a non-governmental organization called the Fifth Pillar in 2007. It looks exactly like a 50 rupee note. This was introduced for citizens to show how much against corruption they are. It was millions of notes were printed and given to citizens, and this was meant to be given by, if a person asked for a bribe, citizens were meant to give this to show how angry they were and how much against corruption they were. So, also movements like India Against Corruption by Anna Hazare, I'm sure all of you have heard of that. Yeah, okay, very nice. So, the main question to be asked here is, are we ready for such an India? Yes. Can we really wait in line for everything without being in a rush? Okay, I hear some no's. Can I please have that change to yes? So that my speech isn't a flop? Okay, can we really accept only what we deserve or what is due? Yes, that's nice. That is the day our imagination will be that much closer to reality. Thank you.